Hello guys, and welcome to another MK Mobile video. Guys, a few days ago we did a video with Starinsky and we decided to, let's say, divide it into two parts. The first part is already available on his channel, and now it is about time to give you guys the second part of our conversation. I really hope you found it entertaining and useful. So, without any further ado, let's rock.
I wanted to ask you, I'm really curious about it. Do you have any people who have been really crazy in the comments? It's like they're out to get you and they're also spamming and stuff. I had one or two of those guys. I was really interesting to know, because I don't know what drives them to do that. It's like going on every single video and just comment bad stuff out of nowhere for no apparent reason. Just curious.
Yes, definitely. I would say before, like maybe 2 years ago, it was much worse. I feel like now it got better. Maybe because I don't know why it changed. There was a lot of controversy like earlier with hacking and like other YouTubers making videos trying to expose me for stuff. So there was a lot of haters in the comments from those channels, just saying some mean stuff. But I feel like now it's been pretty calm. I guess I'm not doing any controversial stuff. I'm staying quiet. So yeah, my comment section was pretty clean, except like maybe there is a few exceptions, but nothing like too crazy. And the post I made about the wedding, it was actually like the responses were astonishing. Not a single bad comment. That was like, I haven't seen one. I mean, there is now, I think, around 2,000 comments. That's like the biggest amount of comments. And like, I think it was like 9,000 likes or something like that. That's like absolutely insane for the community post for me. So it's been pretty good recently.
And have you engaged in
complain.
let's say some kind of a long conversation with a guy who left a comment about something? Let's say criticizing, not like you suck or something like this.
I don't know. I used to reply to hate comments, but now I feel like if you engage those people, that's what what's the reason they left the comment in the first place. They want to get your attention. Like there is, I think it's human psychology to like you can see 100 nice comments and be like happy, and then you see one negative comment, and it kind of gets you. Like it gets through to you more than all those positive comments, and sometimes you feel almost obligated to respond, to like defend yourself or something like this. But I used to do it sometimes, but now I just if it's like something really rude and vulgar, I just ban the person from the channel. Or if it's just some stupid negative comments, I just ignore it. So if it's an actual constructive, there's been a few comments when person would actually like say what exactly he didn't like about the video, where he disagrees, and I like those kind of comments because they actually like, if it's constructive criticism, you get you can actually learn something. You might be actually like the person in the comment might be actually right, but if you just say like you suck, like you're so bad at this game and stuff, like it doesn't help me to like get better. But if you specify exactly what I did wrong and how would you do it better, then I learned something, and it's a positive experience overall. So I like those kinds of comments.
Yeah, definitely. By the way, I had some conversations with people. Sometimes I engage in long YouTube conversations. Not that often, but sometimes. I see some crazy like stuff from people, and like the craziest thing I had was, there was a guy who found me on Discord, and he said, "You know what? I just saw your video about the top 10 best diamond teams." That was the topic, the teams. And he said, "This is wrong. The best team is that team." It was some kind of an MK11 team variation. And I put the Strikeforce team as the best team. It doesn't matter, he just didn't agree. Like he said, this particular variation of MK11 team is better. And I said, okay, that's fine to disagree. And he said, okay, now delete your video. And I was genuinely, I was in the subway traveling to work, and I laughed my ass off. I had no idea how to react to this. I was like, oh, why should I delete your video? Because you disagree with me? He said, I will unsub. And I was like, okay, that's it. That's it. I'm deleting it now. It's like, I understand this person was a kid. It's perfectly fine, but it's like
Yes.
he cannot really take it that somebody will have different opinion than his. And a lot of people, by the way, I have a lot of top 10 videos lately. A lot of people, like, they say, this guy is the best, this guy is the best. That's fine. But after all, they have to understand that everybody is entitled to his opinion, right? And of course, the guy who said this team is the best, he didn't provide an argument why he thinks that this team is the best, but it doesn't matter. Anyways, it is just so crazy. I was so shocked. And also I had a guy who just wanted to borrow my account just to play with it. He said, I promise I'm not going to steal it. It's like, come on. Come on, man. Do you think that really I'm going to give you my account? I spent like money on it, been playing for 4 years. I'm just going to give it to a complete stranger. And I don't know this guy, like,
Oh,
I
I
don't
get
know
those
this guy.
every day.
Will he give something
Every
to
day.
a complete stranger who approaches him and say, you know what, can you give me $5,000? I'm not going to steal it, just going to buy something and I'm going to take it back and give the money back to you. No, of course you're not going to do that. It's really, really interesting stuff in those comments. And recently I just stopped replying to like hate comments. Like, I completely understand they want me to reply. And even if you reply, you're not
Yes.
achieving anything. Unless it's something that's going to be really, really, let's say, smart. If there was another thing I remember. There was a guy who said that video, it doesn't matter the topic of the video. He just commented that I was wrong and he was playing the game for 6 years, and then he stopped playing the game, and then he played for another no, he stopped for 1 year and then he returned for another 2 years, something like this. And I was like,
That's too
how
much
are you
years.
doing that, my friend? The game is up for 6 years.
He went back in time to
Yeah,
play
and
another
it's
2
like
years.
those guys, they just want attention in my opinion, but sometimes it can be really, really fun, really fun. And yeah, another guy we had, but we really had a real discussion with him. He was claiming that I have to play characters only if they completely have synergy with their passives. So I cannot play MK11 Scorpion outside of an MK11 team because we cannot fully utilize his passive. And we had a long discussion. I was trying to, say that this is not the case because there are so many places where the game is encouraging you to try to swap the teams. For example, even in survival mode, in a lot of cases you won't have a full MK11 team. But even if you have, if I have, let's say, have to choose between MK11 Radiant and Classic Liu Kang to support Classic MK11 Scorpion, they both are giving me the same amount of points. Of course, I'm going to go to Classic Liu Kang, even though MK11 Scorpion won't be doing his passive to the maximum. Anyways, so yeah, a lot of crazy stuff about the comment sections. And I've been in YouTube for 2 years now. And it was crazy. In the beginning, I was like, having 2 subscribers per day, if I was lucky 3. And it was really crazy. I even put I developed some kind of a tool that beeps every time when I get a subscriber to motivate me. It was really fun.
Nice. Yeah, I get a lot of the comments of people just asking me to borrow their account. Like, I want to play specific character, but I don't have them. Like, I get this probably once a day at least. I also get emails. Actually, a lot of people, this blows my mind. I don't understand this, but a lot of people asking me to grind on their account. I have no time to grind on my own account. Like, I have 2 accounts, and I barely grind on them, just doing the towers and occasional survival battles. And they want me to play Faction Wars for them and get a high rank in Faction Wars for them. Like, I don't know. It just blows my mind. Why would I do this?
And of course,
like,
you have to do it completely for free, right?
Yes. It's like, I don't know, maybe they think I can get some content out of it or something. I don't know.
Wow.
But yeah, and this is a lot. It's not one person. It's been at least maybe 50 people over time that ask me that. That is just absolutely crazy. Also, what else? Some other weird comments. I just had something in mind and I completely forgot.
Are you doing, by the way, still live streams? Because I remember I was watching your live streams back in the days. I remember even a live stream with, probably it was about Halloween with Freddy Krueger. It was pretty cool. but I haven't seen you doing a live stream for a while now.
Oh yeah, I've been so busy lately. I have no time for live stream. I think I'll start doing them again.
You can do
starting
once
September.
a month or something, just for the sake of it. It's like,
Yeah, but then when you get out of it, then when you need to get back into it, it's like, oh, how does this work? I need to set up like all the screens, all this stuff. Like you forget
it's
how
not
to
that
do
difficult.
this.
I expected it to be much more harder, but
least.
when I started the first time, it turned out to be really easy for me. So it was kind of okay. Not that difficult. It's just like the first time I was kind of having difficulty with the audio, but now it's all fine. By the way, is the game lagging for you when you play?
I don't think so. It's been
Strange,
pretty
because
smooth.
it lags a lot for me. And at the end of the day, it turned out that if you remove your sound, if you reduce it to 0, it is partially fixed. Not completely, but partially.
Yeah, I heard that. I've seen some post about this. Yeah, this is weird. No, I think my phone is pretty
It's
good.
not about the
so
phone, definitely. Even if I
it's
play on my
working well.
PC, it still doesn't fix the problem, unfortunately. And I've been playing this for so long. And yeah, Koto-kan, by the way, Sengat Koto-kan is crazy good. Did you see his new stuff with his special one?
Is he though? Is he still better than like? I mean, he is good compared to what he was, but he still can't compare with like top.
Oh yeah,
goals,
definitely he can. But
challenge
still,
characters, right?
he makes it much more viable because before he was only a support. Now he is a support, and occasionally he can do kind of okay as a fighter. But this is if he gives
What's his
30%
passive?
attack for outwards.
I mean, 30% is
You
decent.
can
I
join any
guess,
team.
but
Even let's say you want to do a team with a diamond character who is an outward and a martial artist, a dual class character. Just team him up with let's take Jay. Team her up with Ninjutsu Scorpion with Sengat Kotokan. Let her evade once, and then she'll be one-shotting anybody with her basic attacks. Basically, this is how you use him. You don't have to actively use him. You just put him in your team, and that's it.
yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, I guess he can be useful, especially for relic hunt for the last hour. You can get a nice outworld team.
By the way, just thought of something that you might find interesting. You can check it out. You can even make a video so you can make it more popular. Because I discovered it 1 week ago. I made a video on it, but it works really awesome. It is about a talent which is called Combat Veteran. Basically, it does something like this. For each point of toughness, you get a decrease of the percent of critical damage you get. So what you do is you max it out.
Okay.
Also, there is another talent which I believe was called Ghost Armor that gives you power every time when you take critical hit. So the one is reducing the critical damage. The other one is giving you power when an enemy is doing critical hit on you. You're getting the connection. Pretty cool. And now, when I tested it, I'll give you just a quick example that comes to my mind. I was playing with Classic Jax, I believe. Classic Jax doesn't have the best toughness in the game, but for example, if you give it to Ronin Kitana has the highest toughness in the game. Now imagine I was doing this, not Balance Kenshi, but Elder God Kenshi was doing special 1 on me, which wasn't critical, and he dealt something like 27k on my Classic Jax. Then he did a critical, a special 1 on me, and guess how much damage he dealt?
Well, it can be less than not critical,
Actually,
right?
Carry dealt 10,000 damage. 3 times less damage. Yeah, it's crazy.
What?
And it's giving you power.
That's a bug.
mean,
That makes no sense.
Technically, it doesn't. But if, let's say that a damage, it's not. If the critical damage is just an upgraded version of the damage, then it doesn't make any sense. But if critical damage is something completely different, then it does because it just reduces it, right? So if you
I
get
guess,
like
yeah.
insane amount of toughness, you're reducing it like, let's say 70 or 80 or 90%. At some point, it doesn't do anything. Like you can test it against Circle of Shadow Lucane. Of course, this cannot save you against lethal hits, but it can save you against critical hits. And remember,
Now we need a piece of gear that's gonna give your opponent 100% critical chance, and just use this talent.
And of course, you shouldn't have anything that reduces the critical hit chance on you, because you want them to crit. If they crit,
Yeah,
that's perfect
definitely.
for you. That's
Yeah.
what you want to achieve.
It still seems very situational. Like most cases, I actually don't get like not many people have 100% critical chance,
But even
especially
if
in
it isn't,
towers.
it doesn't matter. Let's see that, for example, let's say take for example Circle Shadow, who can special one. It consists of how many? Probably 10 mini hits. Let's say that 5 of them are critical. That's beautiful. They're going to give you power. They're not going to be hurting like at all.
I mean, yeah, I guess
Really,
power
every time when they hit
useful.
you with critical, it feels like nothing. And that was really beautiful. I never expected that this thing is going to be working so good. The only problem is that you have to sacrifice your offense section. Like, I know, you just have enough points to go to the talent that was increasing the chance for combo ender, and basically that's it. Which is sad, but you cannot have anything, and that's perfect, especially for beginners. That's really great, because in the beginning you'll be taking a lot of damage. You don't know how to block and when to block and stuff, so that's really good.
But also when you're a beginner, you won't have high fusion, so you'll have less toughness, so it will be less effective, right?
Oh, yes. Yes, exactly, you're right. Actually, depends though. If you're a complete beginner, but if you have some characters which are 6 or 7, I believe it would be good. But also, the critical damage one is not going to be that high, because the damage coming is not going to be that high, so I think it's kind of... Though the percent damage reduction is going to be a little bit not that good if you have maxed out character. Yeah, you're right. But still, it's going to be helpful.
Yeah. Huh, never
You
even
just
looked at
tested
the
it. That's a
talent.
pretty
Seemed
good idea
pretty
for
bad.
you. You just tested on... I thought the same, by the way, but when I tested it, it's like, just give some... You don't have to give huge toughness equipment, just one piece, and that gives toughness, and just equip it to a character, give him some health, and just eat to put some basic attacks, and you just notice what's going to happen to the critical hits. You won't... Really good.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Yeah, I had a video when I was trying to make Ronin Kitana good, and I failed completely. And this sounds like something that can make her decent,
tank.
but such a specific setup.
I mean, she isn't really, one of the best characters in the game without any doubt. At least she has a special one that has power drain. That's something.
But like, if
definitely.
you compare to other diamonds, would you say she's the worst diamond?
This is the objective truth. Oh, of course.
Leatherface?
You know, even in a nightmare team, not only he's the worst nightmare teammate, but he's not helpful. He is what's the opposite of helpful? Come on, I forgot the word. When he's not helping, but you're doing something to destroy the other efforts. I cannot find the word. Detrimental
Sabotage.
or something. He's so bad that he's destroying the efforts. For example, let me give you an example. First of all, in the nightmare team, his passive can work only in one situation. Only in one situation, if your Jason evades. And think of it. First thing first, you have 50% chance to him to evade. And on top of those 50%, you have another 50% a chance that he will evade. And even if we agree to that, even if you entertain that this is going to happen, problem is that it's not 50% on Leatherface target attack. I've tested it, it's like 25 or 30%. I tested like 50 stuns or something, and he's not going to do his tagging stuff with the chainsaw in 25. He's going to do it like in 15 out of 50 attempts. So it's not 50%. And even if it is 50%, in a lot of cases, what's going to happen? I will do, the enemy is going to do special whatever. I'm going to evade. Probably he's going to get low, my opponent. Then Leatherface will intervene, is going to trigger his Revenant with his chainsaw. And that happened so many times, you cannot imagine. And I don't want this to happen, because I can easily finish him off using Jason's special one that has only 2 mini hits. But instead of that, he's going to come and he's going to do the chainsaw thing, he's going to trigger the Revenant, and on top of that, he's terribly slow. One of the clumsiest characters in the game. Both of his special attacks can be blocked, he's extremely bad, and he cannot join really any team. Like, I can actually disagree with myself here, because he's incredibly good in troll teams. I played a team with classic Melina, Shao Kahn, and Leatherface, when I'm only tagging Melina for the stun and the hammer from the Shao Kahn, and eventually if Leatherface intervenes, it's really fun. And that's it. He's only good in troll teams. That's my opinion.
Yeah, and also his scream is very entertaining. So
if I have to choose, let's say, imagine a situation, you have to select the perfect team. You don't know your enemy, but you know the enemy 3 maxed out diamond characters with tower equipment maxed out. So you have to select the ultimate team, which will be kind of okay against any type of enemy formation. So it should be okay against X-ray teams, should be okay against MK11 team, should be okay against Circle Shadow team. You will never, ever even consider Leatherface. Like, ever. I don't know a single person who will do that. So...
That's true. But I wouldn't
she
consider
will be
running
up on the
Kitana
list.
either.
Like, if I have to compare it. Yeah, but true, I wouldn't consider running Kitana as well.
Perfect.